This video is brought to you by Dr. Kristen R. Bromley's Guitar Method Book Series and Online Music Academy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen Bromley. Welcome to my online academy. It is so great being here helping you with playing the guitar. In this mini course, it's all about finger picking, and this is lesson 16 in that course. In this lesson, we're working on some finger independence, kind of building on what we did in the last lesson, but in 3/4 time instead of 4/4 time. So I have a pattern up here on the board. Now this pattern is very similar. It's part of it overlaps with actually what we did in the last lesson. This back part does M-A-I-M, M-A-I-M. But then up front, and we're in 3/4 time instead of 4/4 time. So we're going to have thumb, ring, middle, ring, index, middle. So every time we see that P, we pluck with our thumb the lowest note of the chord, or the bass note. So the thumb is always plucking string 4, 5, or 6, just one of those depending on which chord. A represents our ring finger, which is going to always pluck the high string. Middle for M is going to always pluck that second string, and index for I is going to always pluck that third string. Now this will change if we move out of standard formation, but right now with these finger picking patterns we're working in standard positioning. Later on I'll talk about, in future lessons down the road, I'll talk about how we move those fingers into other positions. Sometimes we want different strings to sound than the top 3, maybe the inside strings 2, 3, and 4. But right now we're in standard position. So, and as we usually do, it's great to start these on an E minor chord because we don't have to worry about that left hand, but thumb, ring, middle, ring, index, middle. Just get that going. If you did the last lesson, it's probably not so bad because we've already kind of worked on some of these moves with our fingers. Got it down, we want to play it with a chord progression. So I've got a chord progression up here on the board. This is the chord progression for Flow Gently, Sweet Afton. Down in the description below, there's a link to download a free copy of the sheet music in PDF format. And I recommend you do that. It's easier to read the sheet music than read what's up here on the board. But looking up here at the board, we're going to have 2 times on the A chord. That's 2 measures. Then 1 measure of D, 4 measures of A, 1 measure of E, then 2 measures of A, 1 measure of D, 3 measures of A, 1 measure of E, 1 measure of A. So we're going to insert this pattern 1 time per measure. Okay, so let's go ahead and play that. We'll start on that A chord. Thumb, ring, middle, ring, index, just like that. 1, 2, 3, A. Instead of thumb pluck and then strummed. So great pattern, and it works great. Now if you got that down, a couple alternate options for the second pluck here with a ring finger is you could actually pluck index and ring together. So we could go I and A. So it could be thumb, or we pluck both of those. That's a great alternate way to do this one. Work that index finger in there with the ring finger. So thumb, and then you have to hold the middle finger out of the way. But that kind of is nice because it balances out the number of times we have index and middle plucked, as well as the index and ring plucked with the middle finger. So the middle finger happens twice. If we do both index and ring there together, we get to hear those notes twice as well. Now another option that you could do instead of that one, that would be my favorite, but another one is you could actually just pluck index, middle, and ring, which you might find a little bit easier. We worked on that sort of thing in a couple lessons back. But to do that way, You pluck them all. That middle finger has to jump back in there when doing that. But those are some alternate options for playing this. We're going to take a look at the melody with the sheet music. So I always like to play the melody, as you know if you've done many of these lessons. It's great to work on our melodic playing with our hands. It's also great to sing along as we play. That helps our musicianship, helps our ability to sing. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to play with my thumb on the lower string, I should say the 4th string, and then alternate index and middle on the higher strings. So we're going to have 3, 1, 2. Flow gently, sweet Afton, among thy green braes. Flow gently, I'll sing thee a song in thy praise. My Mary's asleep by the murmuring stream. Flow gently, sweet Afton, disturb not her dream. So that's what that melody sounds like. Now I didn't mention, but if you don't know how to read tablature or standard music notation, you can check out the quick answer videos that'll get you going on that. And if you really want to get good at it, there's the method books. They also have videos that go with them for both tablature and note reading. So lots of ways to master that skill as well. Okay, let's go ahead and put those chords and that melody together. You can sing the melody and play the chords. If you're not ready to sing and worry about the finger plucking pattern at the same time, that's okay. But I'm going to go ahead and sing it so we can do it right along with that melody. I'm going to use the sort of the standard one here that I wrote up. Thumb, ring, index, middle. But you can do one of the alternates or work up to one of the alternates if you want to. But I'm just going to do the one I wrote first. So we're going to have 3, 2, flow gently, sweet Afton, among thy green braes. Flow gently, I'll sing thee a song in thy praise. My Mary's asleep by the murmuring stream. Flow gently, sweet disturb not her dream. Okay, and that wraps us up for this lesson. Now, in the next lesson, actually the next couple lessons, we're going to work on plucking 2 notes at the same time, our thumb and something else. So we've done a little bit with 2 notes before, but in this next couple lessons, we're going to work on plucking our thumb with something else, like the ring finger or the middle finger. It's going to be great. It's a great sound, great thing to do. I hope you're having fun. We'll see you next time.
If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. For more in-depth lessons and to progress through a free guitar course, check out my Guitar 101 series on YouTube and my guitar method books, which all come with access to hours of in-depth video lessons. You can find more information about me and my products at kristenbromley.com. Take care.